Wilcox, ultra rider, I guess, ultra endurance rider, who broke the women's around the world record last year, I believe it was. I think it was last year. My memory's gone. Back again to try and beat Mark Beaumont's overall record of 79 days, starting in June in Chicago.
Whoa.
Fully supported.
Has to be.
The craziest thing to me is that to go to ride around the world again
that's
so
wild.
quickly.
Yeah, it's quite
You
serious.
finish it and you're like, you know what? Let's do that again. Let's run it back.
I didn't get enough from that. I want to do it more.
It's an interesting record to take on at this time in the political climate.
Yes.
And yes, so I've talked with Mark a bit about this, and he said, because we talked a little bit during a rugby match. Funnily enough, we were getting a bit bored. Scotland were winning, but we were getting a bit bored of watching them completely destroy the opposition. I think it was Italy. Sorry, so we had no, it was Wales. Anyway,
someone would have picked up on that.
But so Mark was explaining that it's a really difficult. He's glad he did it when he did it because obviously he spent a large portion of his 79 days going through Russia. It's a huge part of the world, and it's not just that. Obviously, you now couldn't. Well, you can go through Russia if you really want to, but if you were to do the round the world record safely, you'd go a different route. You'd go through multiple countries, and the issue there isn't the going through multiple countries; it's the going through multiple border controls, and that can take a lot of time, and there's no budgeting for it. So it'll be interesting to see the planning, and because it's not, and it she's going to have a huge team behind her, and there'll be. It'll be like a rolling HQ. It'll be constantly changing the routes, checking what the situation is up ahead. So it'll be a huge challenge. So it'll be really interesting to see how it unfolds. Hope best for her. I mean, she has to do a minimum of 18,000 kilometers, regardless of
18,000 miles.
I think. Miles. Yes,
29,000 kilometers.
Yeah.
Which works out at her plan is 240 miles a day or 386 kilometers. And then she's going to have, this is all from the announcement, it's going to have 6 hours of sleep and 2 hours of stopping time per day, which means 240 miles in 16 hours, which I think she's figured out is an average speed of 15 miles an hour. So you've got to break it down like that, but I don't think it makes it sound any easier when you do break it down that. It's crazy.
And the things that are going to happen along the way is that you have to, because, even just a headwind can completely ruin a day, and when you haven't got very many days to budget, it's it's an awesome challenge.
And is once again inviting people to ride for any part of the journey where Lael's going past, and as preparation she is riding across America to practice, of course, with the supported setup and the equipment and stuff like that. So a fun piece of news. Last time it was very fun watching Lael. So we'll keep you abreast of that. Lifetime bans drop bars is the final item on my little ticker here. Who knows what this is about? I have not heard this story.
Well, so basically Lifetime is not just gravel races, right? Like you have a couple of mountain bike events on there.
Okay.
But they're not so mountain bikey that you can't get away with riding drop bars in them. Apparently, we know this because Leadville was one on drop bars last year, and that takes these races increasingly into gravel territory, right? And if you're trying to be, the most aero you could be, then why not try to make drop bars work? Well, Lifetime has come down and said, you know what, we're going to keep these races from going in that direction. Which is an interesting decision. I wonder if even the people who were riding drop bars, I'd imagine they're not necessarily going to be, all of them. I might imagine they're not all going to be unhappy about this. You do it if you can get that advantage, but also, it makes them mountain bike races more traditionally, and that's probably what they were set up to be. That is what they were set up to be. It also means, unfortunately, for all the the tech fans and the tech nerds out there who just love, every time somebody comes up with some wacky way to put drop bars on a mountain bike. Or in the case of Kate Courtney at Leadville, she had this very wild setup last year. I can't even really describe it, but yeah, people are going to be, I think, a little bit bummed that we're going to get fewer opportunities for innovation like that. But the traditionalists will be happy that they're not going to be watching people on drop bars racing a race with MTB in the title, which is Leadville. So yeah,
there we go. I have no opinions on that. I'm happy for those that are happy, and commiserations to those who are not.
Apparently, Schwamigan, which is officially a mountain bike race, that will still allow drop bars. So the two of the mountain bike quote unquote races are making this decision, and I guess for Schwamigan, they're allowing it to still have drop bars. But Leadville, yeah, so Leadville and Little Sugar are the ones where you're not going to be allowed to use the drop bars. Anyway, there you go.
There we are. Thank you. That rounds off our third different discipline of cycling this show within half an hour. After this quick break, we're going to get a fourth. See you in a second.